You're watching the Youth Dialogue, and I am your host, Jennifer Sonko. It's good to be back. I was just having a conversation with my panelists, telling them how a bit uncomfortable I am today from the studio, because I'm so used to outdoor programs now, going up country, featuring young people across, which is a good thing. You know, we do not want to be stationed here all the time. We want to go outside and show you what young people across the country are doing in their respective communities. Is very necessary. So like I said in my last episode, during this period, Youth Dialogue, we are ready to give a special attention to civic education, because young people have a stake in this. Young people, most of the time, like we always say, are the clappers, chairing politicians and all of that. But what is their responsibility? What is the role of young people when it comes to politics and all of that? So to help me answer this, I know this is a topic that we've discussed previously, but like I said, it's something that we are ready to reiterate every week on this particular platform, because it is very necessary, the role of young people in such activities. So to help me further understand some of the activities of young people in relation to this is Juju Jallow, very familiar name when it comes to activism in the country. Juju is a part of the Peace Ambassadors the Gambia, founder, am I right, of Peace Ambassadors the Gambia.
Member, peace,
the whole package, everything. Okay, founder, a member, and everything. You know, the name is very familiar. He's been on the show before, obviously. That was like 2 years ago, talking about irregular migration. Very good person when it comes to supporting young people in the different things that they do. I, for one, will always call him to disturb his life. Do this for me, just my number key, and all of that, and he's always there. So thank you so much for what you do. Tijan Koyata as well, clerk of the National Youth Parliament. Honorable Kuyate, for that matter.
Thank you so much for putting the honorable there.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
Yes, I should add that part.
So,
like I said, gentlemen, today we will be discussing issues of civic education, voter apathy among young people, and all of that. To start with you, Juju, I'm aware, and I attended even the first situational report, monitor situational report that Peace Ambassadors released. And the last time, obviously, you talked about political congresses and all of that. We will go into that as we go by. But now, just talk to us about how far you've gone as a youth organization, youth-led organization, focusing on doing an analysis monthly, because normally, most of the analysis has been done on the day of the elections, people being observers, people being concerned on the day, but not prior. So it's a good thing that now you're looking at it at an earlier, you know, taking an earlier stance when it comes to addressing certain issues that has to do with elections. So how far have you gone?
Yeah, I can say very far. We have a project which is called the Election Watch project, funded by NDI. This mainly catch them young and then grow with them. So we did a lot of findings, looking at the last situational analysis we make, and we observe some of the political party congresses, and you know, because like these political parties, they are government in the waiting. So it's very, very important we see how they are doing their things. Number one, because they produce mayors, they produce presidents, they produce even the parliamentary, the judiciary. So it's important we know what they are doing. It's important we know how democrat they are, and then how transparent are they, and how fair they are, so that we can account them on their daily business or whatever. So this is the reason why these are some of the things actually we find out during our findings. So we have the party congresses. We observe it and then get what we need from them. But as we are going, actually,
we will go in depth.
Into
yeah,
that.
Honorable, I think what Juju just said is something that I've been singing in my own corner, whereby these different, all the time it's about the government. We have to hold the government accountable, the government. But let's put at the back of our minds that this government can change. And if it has to change, there are people already in existence who are going to change this. So if those people are not used to being held accountable while they're the opposition, where are we heading to? When they reach there, we want to hold them accountable. Then they will say, why now? So what do you think? I totally agree with that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's important at this stage they are accustomed to such interactions, such engagements, because this will send a signal. When you come into power, okay, this is what is expected of us. And even well before we came to power, this was what was expected of us. Now it becomes easy for them to cooperate with you when you try to engage them on some of their policies, some of the strategies that they are putting forward, especially for young people, because in as much as we are working towards the general development of the country, but we have special interest in young people.
Yeah.
So when we have these discussions at this initial stage, I think that is quite important to set the foundation in case any of these political parties should come forward to become the leading party for the state.
Yeah. So now, before we, go into all of these things in depth, there's something that maybe that's the surface that we have to just start with, the cream, I would say. The issue is that when it comes to elections, normally, there's some sort of voter apathy among young people. Young people do not see the need for them to go and vote. They don't see the need for them to register and vote. So I don't know. You are the ones that interact with young people.
Yes.
So now I want you to educate me. Tell me, what is the problem? Lanata, election sujate, swing mairie, swing paye, swing anti them. But us, the young people, we're so lazy. Is it because they don't have confidence in the ones that are there? What is the problem? And Lola will understand.
The problem is a structural problem. It stems from a very, very profound degree.
Okay.
So now, okay, to take an example of the last presidential election, we had only 59% of the people that have registered to vote.
Okay.
So obviously that is a voter apathy. That's like half of the people that have registered have not voted. And
So
if
what
you
is
look
the
at
percentage of young people?
now, okay, now we also have another problem in that area because we do not have data on the young people that have participated in the election. But I hope that IEC this time will capture the those data to be able to help us analyze once the election is complete.
But
because we need to be able to know.
Yes, don't you think if the IEC doesn't also do that, organizations as such can also collaborate to look for funding just to register this for your own activity next year? Because I know that you're doing this caravan. At least you'll be able to know which areas to target. I know you're touring the whole country. The resources are there. But if the data is there, then you would know areas to concentrate on.
Yes.
Can you help me with that? And then we come back to you, Kuyat.
All right.
Yeah, maybe I just want to reiterate what you were saying.
Yeah.
We always say, okay, 60% of the Gambian population are young people.
Yes.
So, okay, why are they not, involved into politics also? Let me just go back. We did a research. What we found there was young people then, they were looking into an uncertain future, clouded with fear and trepidations. These are some of the things we found out. They see politics as no-go area. It's for the elders and also. So this in the research, these are some of the things we found out actually. So, but I think it's very, very, important as youth organizations, as what we are doing currently with National Youth Parliament, we told the whole country, to involve young people, let them join politics, let them go and register their vote, because that's where our future is. That's where our power is. Exactly. So one of you know, so you see, so this is the thing, and we are the white blood cell of any nation. So I think it's very, very important. Looking at our tour, our caravan, these are some of the things we were telling young people to participate into, which is very, very fundamental.
Why, man, affair data, I totally believe that if IEC doesn't do it, take it up.
Yes, affair data actually is part of the component we are having currently to liaise with the IEC. Know the last previous election, how many young people voted. And also, okay, what are we going to do in this next election? So this is ongoing. Actually, we are working with them to see how best we can able to get that data.
Yeah, but Kuyate, even if the data is not available, when you watch on TV, you new line. The casting votes
yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It goes without saying that in the last presidential election, young people turned out in a way that has never been seen before. But better yet still, the apathy is still there, because we are looking at the population of the country and the number of people that registered and the number of people that actually voted. Because as at 2016, we still have around 2 million people as our population.
And how many voted?
How many registered first? Let's come to how many registered.
Okay, how many registered?
About 900,000 people registered. That is still less than half of the population. Now, out of that, it is only around 500,000 that actually voted. So imagine the percentage of the population that actually registered and did not vote, and the percentage of the population that actually participated in the election process. So I think the problem, like I said, is structural, and it stems from few components that we need to look at. The education and involvement of young people. How well are we educating young people, especially those that are coming of age? Now, one thing we were really focused on during this tour with Peace Ambassadors is that we want to target young people that are actually coming of age, those that are going to be voting for the first time. These people, they have no idea about elections. They have no idea about elections, how to vote, how to register. And these people, they are also part of the citizenry, and they have the right to vote and to be voted for. So they need to be inducted in a way that is going to promote young people participation in politics. So that is one area. The civic engagement aspect of it has been ongoing, but more still needs to be done, because we will consider the caravan to a success, but it doesn't stop there. It has to go on.
You're not even halfway close.
It has to go on. The pre-election engagement, civic education has to continue, and most of the youth organizations here are non-profit, non-partisan, and so sometimes funding is a challenge, as you said. The area of research into the young people that are participating in the election and the voter apathy, those are interesting areas of research that we can look into. But now begs the question, where do you get the fund? So we are doing our quota. We are writing. We are collaborating as youth organizations to write to donors. We are in our own accord trying to write, but always sometimes it's a challenge to get funds. But when fundings are available,
Harlan. Youth organizations in the Gambia. ñu ne da ngeen am xaalis. ñu ne koo si gis mu door fi youth organisation next minute nga gis ko muy dawal moto. Man de loolu laa dégg. So man soo leen ne aw ma xaalis amuñ xaalis man loolu daf ma dee jaaxal. loolu nu mu dee demee.
yëpp si projet yi rek la dañoo binda rek waxtaan ak donors yi ñu xool naka la ñoo amee funds. So su ñu joxee rek then we go and implement. But most of the time nag xam nga di admin cost foofu la mbir yëpp di happen. Comme ça lu mu doon wax rek during the tour. One problem young people in this country is access to information. We have that issue in this country, and that's why during the tour we went to places which we call hard to reach
areas.
We get to them and talk to them and involve them into the, tell them what are the necessary documents they need to participate. And I think these are fundamental things. And also, because currently we don't know where we are in the current bill. Still now the electoral bill is at the parliament. Nobody knows.
Election or not.
Because that's where they will debate whether the alcalo or the chief will
write an attestation.
So which we don't know.
Because da nga gis ne am na ñu bari ñoo xam ne amuñ birth certificate.
Exactly.
Amuñ kayit.
Amuñ
documentation is a problem.
Exactly. Document is a problem. And like I remember we went to one Jola community, and he was telling us, like, he has some people there in the village. 50 good years they are there, but a single document they couldn't have it. Exactly. So these are some of the things, and I think it's important. And then IEC and civil society organizations have a lot of work to do, and especially the IEC, where the umbrella body all is. Sensitizing people, conscientize them, tell them what are the necessary documents needed. I think that's fundamental. But since the release of the calendar, 29 of May, things in Yugi Sedagum, since in Yugi Sedagum, and I think it's important we proactive and then, get everybody. Whether it's the drum and the marble or the papers.
No, paper bi kañ annonce nañ ne amatut. Waaw, paper bi amatut.
Now we are going back to the ballot.
Waaw, we are going where dañ ko maintain because paper bi moom I think logistic wise or something they gave out this press release explaining that it's not possible anymore.
So I think regular press release inform people.
How many people even ñoo xam ne xam nga we are not using the paper anymore because a lot of sensitization was done on it. A lot of noise was created around that, and people already have the belief that that is what we will be using. So and all of that.
During the last IEC briefing with CSOs, it was still undecided whether or not diaspora will participate in the elections. But I think, was it yesterday or
the diaspora will be voting now,
which is a good thing. There are 4 stations for diaspora to vote.
To go and vote, which is a good thing, happening for the first time. Other countries are doing it. So I think it's a good move. Really, I think this 2021 elections is one of really the most important elections that we might have in history, considering the fact that we had ruler we had a leader for 22 years. This is like a transition in a way. So now we're going to have like something static whereby it's not transition or anything. So what do you think?
Absolutely. Is dafa neex rek. Yes, dafa neex, and then comme ça duñ ko dafa rupuj ñu mel ni nete tuy ganaar.
Yow bul waxal Uncle Henry Gomez lu mu bëgg a dégg de.
Exactly. So dafa neex rek, you know. Lu ñoo def rek mooy as young people nañ génna make sure ne ñu waxtana suñ like we talk to our fellow young people to participate into politics, because that's where our future is, that's where, you know, everything start from. And then start accounting our leaders, you know, because ñoo fa nekk di leaders, you know, if they didn't do something wrong, we tell them, look, here and there is wrong, and then make sure you rectify it. I think that's very
important. And I also saw that your report, your small situational report, one thing that was captured had to do with, you know, the accusations and all of that.
Yeah, because
I've been mentioning this a lot on the show recently. I am so happy about those reports because it's important. It guides us, even as journalists, to know what to focus on. So I think that is still happening if you go on social media. Every day, hate speech. So, and it means if that doesn't stop, it could cause conflict.
Absolutely.
So I think that part is important.
Yeah. We in our situational analysis report, you know, actually those things are factored.
Yes.
Most especially the fairness, because political parties sometimes they are not. Can I say they are not? They don't come out and then give out documents, because we find it very difficult even to grab their constitution and look at it so that it can guide our observation. That was a very big challenge. They don't give out documents. But when you go to Ghana, you see political parties, it's in their website. You just click and then get it. Why our own political parties? Why are they hiding? Why are they protecting? It's a public document. Bring it out so that people can able to get it. Because once we get that, it can guide us and then get what we want in our checklist, and then so that we can observe it better.
Really? Why do you say
you know,
that?
And okay. Yeah, and the other key things we found out, because like some of the political parties, the one we observed, there was no financial statement read.
Okay.
They did not read it, and then, you know, and some of the political parties, some of them actually don't even know the head and tail. In fact, why they are in the Congress. Yes, we observed that. They were just there, and then some of our observers asked them, do you know why you are here? He said, no, I don't know. They picked me on the road and asked me to come.
You're joking?
Honestly, it's in the report, actually.
Look at that.
So I think civil society, we should be mercilessly now, you know, make things happen. Because like we should not be holding ourselves like that and see them doing routine. We should account them. Because as I said earlier on, they are the one who should, they are the government waiting. We need not to joke with them. You know, let them, know that, people are watching, and let them do what is right. Yeah.
So not to cut you short, I mean, you cannot just go onto the streets and pick anybody to come and attend your Congress. So all that is possible because we still have problem with, participation in politics. Imagine if you are well informed about your, political rights and responsibilities. No one can just go onto the street and pick you up and, ask you to come and attend the Congress.
You go based on a manifesto that you've read.
Thank you.
Yes. So how many people know they should be given a manifesto and be convinced to join a party? So how many people know that?
Blind
what are
conviction
we
is
doing
still a
towards
problem.
that as well? What are we doing?
So, like I said, for us, we have been working for what is close to 2 decades in promoting young people to participate in politics, participate in the decision making at the district level, regional level, and even at the national level. So that's what we can do to inform young people that, look, it is your right and responsibility to participate in the political, affairs and democracy and good governance of your country. So if you sit back, then that is not going to happen, and no one is going to do that for you. So we create this space for young people, we engage them, we talk to them. Now the responsibility, the moral responsibility lies on young people to take the bold step to see themselves as members of the, the society and agents of development for their country, as it is ascribed in the African Union AU Agenda 2063 aspirations, aspiration 4, 5, and 3, 4, and 6, and even in the African Youth Charter, which was actually established in our country here, Gambia, in 2006. You look at Article.
How many young people get
Article
access
11
to
and 17? They are all talking about these things.
Then they were here, but you know, sometimes it can be frustrating if you think about how everything is working. Because how many young people no am access to document bobu read ko xam lu fa nekk?
Access to document is a problem.
So whose responsibility? Yan la.
Yes.
It is our responsibility. We are doing our best, but
because mang don ñew ci dara youth parliament. Dama am na conversation with few young people in the country and they are like, previously defu leen fi dara man xawma nag because xam nga man nekkuma individual ñu ko wax waaye juuju like yow yaa ngi fa jógee yow what do you think mënoon nañoo def lu gën a bari ñoom fu ñu em wala fu ñu em baax na su fa yemoon sax mu neex loolu laa bëgg a understand because dama dee génn ñu maa wane seen ñi moom gën nañoo li I know Fatou Jawo and them they've been doing well xam nga ñoom ñëpp we know each other but sometimes these are things that people tell you on the streets ne nga ne for ñaata decades 2 decades
it's close to 2 decades
close to 2 decades but close to 2 decades boobu noonu yan things yu tangible yoo xam ne dëgga nit mun na see teg loxoom so yow as an independent individual what do you think
because before you invite an independent person perhaps you should ask me myself
may ma rek yow di nga si ñëw waaye xam nga moom bokkut si yéen moom tamit dina ma mun a wax his own honest opinion yow nga toog fi defend ko wala ñaaka ko defend
so we have a debate now
we have a debate now
all right no problem
youth parliament actually I know something in them like Dendeli and actually currently they you know we are together right now yes we are together right now one key thing you know they're supposed to do you know be more proactive actually on their programs and activities with this then actually they have a lot of back and forth, but with these current executives, I have seen more
engagement from them. So previously, that my one problem be?
Yeah, I can say maybe leadership problems and all those stuff. Actually, it was happening, but they were able to, you know, work on that within them.
So, as young people, you see politics, yes. So your behavior, no, not doing them?
No, doing them. Them won't do them.
Doing them?
Yeah, doing them.
So what? So now explain.
Explain. Right. So what we have done in this country, it's a lot that we have done in this country. Since our establishment, you look at the Motor Traffic Act, we had a say in it. Now, the reason why you have this seat belt being passed as a law, it was through the advocacy efforts of National Youth Parliament. Okay. You look at adolescent and reproductive health during the 2005, 6, 7, those, those times, it was the Youth Parliament that was championing it, and a host of other activities. And we have participated, like I said, with activists, peace ambassadors in the CRC. In the past CRC, we have participated with them. And yes, it's true we had some issues at our own level, and sometimes you have these things are normal because it's a youth organization and people are growing. The people that are serving. Yeah.
So if we normalize, if we normalize this thing,
what I said are normal is that people are aging. You might be in the youth age category, but with time you go out.
Did it. Juju. In as much as you may discuss politics, but soon la wara dore fi. Fi la mo starté. So ko defé fele mu ba. Way fi su boné ñu bëgga taxaw né jox leen ñu def kon kenn duñu jox. So yow lolu ndax nit mën nako categorize as selfishness or something.
Yes, that's
in
one
way. In a way, because leadership 6
months.
One way
to look at. No, I don't mean they traveled 6 months after they assumed. I mean the traveling of most of the leadership occurred within a span of 6 months to 1 year. Can you imagine? So that affected the organization to some level because we started struggling with leadership. So I don't want to go down deep into our history and leadership problems. But what I want to ask you, what is important right now is that you have a young, vibrant leadership at the National Youth Parliament.
As of now, but yow wax nga ne as opposition dañu wara seet la ñoo def hold leen accountable seet. So the reason why I'm doing this my def li mooy yéen mi wax nañu hold accountable dañ leen wara hold yéen tam accountable for the things that you're doing. So yow da nga ne dañ wara seet opposition yi Gambia bi lan lañ nekk di def dañu ngey def lii right ndax defuñ lii right. ba pare moom tam gis nga access to information mu ne du génne ñoom seen past history war na koo mun a génne su ko defee ñu judge from there.
No,
wala déet.
Okay, it is not appropriate for me to go on media and try to voice out some of the leadership problems.
Then, why are you saying that the opposition have to come online or on the media to talk about ñoom seen activities yi?
No, listen to me, Jay.
dañoo di rek dañoo agree.
All right, no problem.
Wow.
This is a hot cake.
Wow, that's bena lam du bena. You want to dig it?
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's important we, voice things out so that those out there can also understand. Okay, this was the issues, and then we see how best we can able to map out strategies and then develop.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's important. Okay, you are elected to a leadership position. You are there for 2, 3, 4 months. You travel. Will bring so many, issues around.
I know of a young person, exactly. I will not say the young person's name, Bohamne was elected to position, young person, among si Gambia bifi. You elect ko, first time bi. Among no opportunity at a time to go, why muna then ko elect? Mom do them. Opportunity be just, it just went, because more to how, johe manifesto. Do ma mention name, but if he's watching, mom hamna bopam, yo sa probably dinga muna ham kam.
Yes, I understand. So this one problem we have. Some people get into youth work to assist and just a volunteer. Some people are there just for opportunities. Once they have the opportunity, they go and then they never come back. And so I think these are some of the things which are hindering some of our leadership.
Exactly. It has to start with us.
Like for example, if you are elected into a position and you know that you're supposed to travel or you are engaged into something, why not resign and give someone the opportunity? Because there are 10 and 100 who are out there who can do the job and then better than you even. So I think it's important. I think we try and solve that.
We have to solve it. Yes. And it's good that you mentioned it. That was the problem for youth parliament.
Yes.
So it's good so that if young people out there are watching, come they know ne. Politics bisi ko ak politics bisi suuf yeb bena la politics la in as much as dañ la fa tek ay young people ñoo la votal fofu la wara doore ñooñu suñ behave wut seen bopp suñ demee ci kaw duñ fa mëna toog.
Now the reason why I said we cannot go further to discuss, because I do not want to name people, just as
they
you did not want to
name why mëna ñoo problem.
But I have accepted the fact that we had some challenges, but these challenges have been resolved. Now what we need to focus on as an organization, as young people who are expecting us to deliver up to expectation, is that we have a new leadership. We have a leadership that is of difference in commitment, in dedication to the work. We've just been in office less than 5 months.
I can attest to that because I've been seeing your activities.
You have been seeing our activities, our engagement, and it's only getting better. And there is a lot coming. Now we have learned from the past. And I can assure you, I can go on record that will not be the case for the National Youth Parliament of the Gambia anymore.
I am watching.
You can
I know
and
I'm watching.
We would want nothing. We would want nothing less. We need to be accountable, as you said. We need to be exemplary. We are going to be the future leaders of this country. Now we need to be exemplary in all ways.
Exactly.
In our attitude,
if you want
in
to
our
hold
principles,
APRC accountable, if you want to hold GDC accountable, NPP accountable, you as Youth Parliament, as an organization, you have to be accountable yourselves to have that sense of integrity, to be able to also hold them.
Voice anyway.
Exactly. So and that is the case.
And you can be assured that will be the case for NYP now till perpetuity.
Good. Because so we will come back to the conversation proper. We'll come back to the conversation proper. But meanwhile, we're going to take a short break. I went outside to talk to different young people as to why they don't like voting. What do they think about voting come 2021? What does election means to them? And do they also want to engage into politics? So we will take a look at that. And when we come back, the conversation will get back to its normal position, whereby it won't be a debate, but just a normal conversation. It's good to hit hard sometimes. Alhaji Mamad, comme ni ma ko doon waxee rek yow dëkk bi right now ñu ngi war a dem si elections in 2021. So ma bëgg a xam rek election bi yow as a young person comme naka nga ko gisee lan la mean si yow?
Mean a lot to me because anga dana war a vote change su nekkee comme right now previous government bi nga ne ko def dara so man su ma gis-gis laa nekkee te wax so foog ñu génn vote xanaa sanga so man noonu laa ko gisee daal.
waaw xam nga man lu ma gëm ci loolu rek moo nekk ne proper sensitization moo war a am xale yi tamit feel ne they are part and parcel of xam nga decision making because nit ki foog nga woon ko ne yow daal you are important moo tax mu mun a xam lu tax mu war a moo tax mu xam what is the responsibility moom dan mooy responsibility am towards loolu noonu.
xanaa di advice youth si ak jigéen yi because of dëkk bi su métti si ñun la moo métti especially jigéen ñi ak youth si so léegi di ñaan jigéen ñi ak youth si rek ñu génn a vote ñu tànn kuñ bugga because at the end ñu ngi wax naan ne bëgguñ kii so suma advice mooy na youth si génn ak jigéen ñi ñu vote kuñ bugga koo xam ne at the end dinañu jàppale dinañu yërëm.
Élection mi ne comme yaa ngi am président si dëkk comme yaa ngi gis ne ok sa naka di liggéey kulul si yow nga ñëw nga vote nga change décision su fekkee ne comme mu nga change sa décision ok sa lu moo nekk si président bi comme président de élection bi comme as your country leader ak neex na la accept nga ko fine mu nga votal ko su fekkee comme ñun youth man yi comme xam nga bëri na youth man yi nga xamante ne comme duñ dee vote waaye su gaa paree suñ paree ñu toog si mbedd bi ok président bi dafa fi dara waaye si yow bu ñu ut voters card yaa ngi toog sa kii ut la voters card so like comme ñu youth man yi ndaw yi dañ war a jóg it's high time nag pour ñu take our decision.
xëy na tam comme lu previous government si toogee nit ñi ñu doon génn di vote gaa gisuñ benn changes so maybe tam gaa da nga ko gisee as a waste of time so maybe tam gaa da nga ko gisee comme ñu toog seen kër yi moo gën gaa yi di génn di tam waste seen time di rang parce que rang bi tam daf dee yaaga so moo gën gaa yi toog seen kër yi daal moo gën gaa yi di génn day waste seen time di rang di vote ak yooyu noonu te benn change amul ak yooyu noonu.
everybody should know ne dañ war a jàngal xale yi ñu xam ne ñoom tamit dañ bokk ci decision making because te decision making bi sa carte bi first thing foofu la bokk because da ngaa gis ne ñu nekk di sànnil carte bi ñoom ñoo amee dëkk bi pour yóbbu so obviously we need to xale yi tey war nañoo mun a xam ñan lañ war a votal what is the lan moo nekk seen the quality of people ñoo xam ne ñooñu leen war a votal.
ñun youth si ak jigéen ñi ñun ñoo dee gën a sona di ñaan suma mbokki youth si ak jigéen ñi ñu try ñu taana koo xam ne du suñu toogee duñu sonal te dinañu dimbale si lu bari especially education ak problème yi marché bi yu seer yeeg luwaas yu seer yi at least suñu amee ku ñu dimbale président boo xam ne dinañu dimbale si luwaas bi si mbirum jaay bi ak si education bi suñ ko amee dina baax torop.
ñu génn ñu vote daal ñu jox mi ba pare gis naa ne ñu ngi am new candidates si pour élection bi pour this year so ñu jox ñëw no chance tam parce que gis naa a lot of young people ñu fa so yeah ñu jox ñëw chance tam ñu seet parce que ñu doon votal ay mag leen yaaga nañ si lifin bi same promise la gars yi def every time every 5 years dañoo ñëw ñu promise lii ak lii ñu gis changes waaye gis naa ne at this year comme lifin bi change na daal.
so lu ma gëm rek moo nekk sensitisation moo war a am xale yi mag yi nuñ xamee ne is important pour ñu vote da ngaa gis ne mag yi xale yi tamit loolu la ñoo xamee ne the importance of vote so proper sensitization su amee from the school level da ngaa gis ne kon xale yoo xam ne they are 18 and above ñoom tamit dinañ xam the responsibility of voting wala the importance of voting incha allah.
Welcome back, viewers, from that short break. Like I mentioned, we went out and about to meet different young people to ask them what they think about elections come 2021. What does that election mean to them? Are they going to go out to vote? If they don't want to vote, what is the reason why they don't want to vote or get registered? So I am joined by Honorable Kuyata here and Juju Jalo. It has been a wonderful conversation already. You guys have been helping me in terms of, you know, trying to establish why you think young people are not voting, why they should vote, and all of that. It's been an amazing conversation. You talked about the fact that now the leadership of Youth Parliament is at another level. You guys are doing different activities and all of that. So now let's talk about the caravan that you just did. You talked about the fact that it was successful.
Yes.
So now, what was the reaction of people when you go down to talk to not just young people, but people in general? What do they tell you about the 2021 elections ahead? Considering the fact that you're young people interacting with the, you know, the younger generation or even the older, what is their response normally?
I think it had been a very, very successful, campaign altogether, and the approach speaks for itself. Okay. Because the approach this time, we were targeting the remotest communities of this country. Yes. And targeting a channel of communication that is different, you know. Because imagine you take that bold step to travel all the way from, you know, combo here and go to the farthest community in CRR or URR, to have that conversation with, some few elders or young people in their communities, in their bandabas, in their ghettos. You sit with them and have that conversation with them. They begin to see that sense of belonging. They begin to see that sense of importance, that sense of, responsibility to participate in our election processes. So I think the approach worked, and it will go a long way in influencing the voter registration come when it starts in a week or two time.
Okay.
But I think Juju will be able to express even more and in detail how things transpired as well.
Okay. So
Actually, we have this proverb which says, I can really trust you if you claim to be as you are.
Thank you.
So that's what happened, because when we go to these young people, they trust us. They look up to us, and some of them have been seeing us on social media and the like. So that alone, actually give us that green light. They welcome us, because I can remember we went to Diabugu in the URR. We were there, and then we found these boys, these young people getting set for a go to a football match. And we talked to them, and they were even forcing us, we have to go to their villages, village by village, for us to go there and then sensitize those young people there again. So this shows, they are ready, and then to come out, and then so that they can participate into and get their voters card ready. Because the information we were given was, number one, to this 2020 election, 2021 election is just at the corner, and then give them the date of the 29 registration, and also give them the relevant documents they need to look for.
So what are these relevant documents?
Is your ID card, valid one, your passport, and your birth certificate, and also your alcalo attestation. But the alcalo attestation, we come to to an extent, we say, okay, let us not invoice that, because it's still at the parliament. We don't know, not yet,
Okay,
passed.
so now, when if it is not passed, it can't be used. The alcalos attestation?
Yeah, if we are going back to the other
old constitution,
we can use it.
We can use it. Okay.
So with this current one, actually, if they pass it, then we cannot use it. Then, because they are debating either the alcalo or the chief.
Okay.
So that's where they are. They did not come into consensus now.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are some of the documents we always ask them, for them to go and look for. In fact, before the day itself.
Okay.
So that they can get prepared, and then whenever the time is up, they go and then get it. Let them not relent.
Yes, and I think one thing that we have to talk about is the fact that getting these documents should be made easier during this period. Getting a passport, getting a ID card, and all of that, it should be made easier, so that at least people will be more willing to go get it, to be able to vote, because if you don't have it, you cannot vote.
Some of the young people, these are their concerns.
Yes, the accessibility.
The accessibility. They go to, according to Sierra, they go to Janjambure, they cannot get this document.
Exactly.
And it's so hard for them to get it. Some of them, in fact, those are the reason why they just don't want to get vote.
Yes.
But we made them understand, let them just try and then go and then grab this. Because that's where their future is, that's where their power is, and their voice. They let them try by all means and get it. And then some of the constants, some of the alcalos also have are the same thing. Okay, now access to information is a problem. Like, for example, you be in a village for 50 good years, and you don't know the channels where to get a citizenship and all those things. So these are some of the issues there, and they claim to be Gambians. And whilst constitutionally,
I think there's a lot of
not.
statelessness in Gambia.
There are a lot of because there are a lot of young people, in fact, who are stateless. They don't have documents.
They don't have documents.
So I think these are during the caravan, these are some of the information we were giving the young people. Let them get set, and as you mentioned, even those who are turning to 18, let them try by all means and get those documents. And the alcalos also, when they go there for birth certificates also, because sometimes the alcalo, the attestation, let them try by all means and then give them this attestation. Let them not make things difficult. For the young people, especially the ID card.
But it's also critical, I want to raise this point, it's also critical that scrutiny is not compromised.
Okay.
Because anyone can come and claim to come from a particular village or a particular district and just go to the alcalo or the chief. And for me personally, on a personal account, that is the reason why I have my my questions about the use of attestation. I think we should just stick to birth certificate, ID card, and passport. Yeah, because attestations, most of our alcalos are not educated.
Okay.
And sometimes, especially in bigger communities within the combos here and the KM here, it's difficult for you to get an attestation from an alcalo. Why? Because, you know, people come from all part of the country. Some people, they are born in, you know, Basse. They come to, you know, an alcalo in the Abuko and ask an alcalo to prepare an attestation for them. And the reason why that alcalo should prepare an attestation for him or her is because the person was born in his community.
And so
now imagine if you are preparing an attestation for someone who is born in a different community, what is that saying? So, and these are some of the things that, some of the loopholes with the attestation. That's why I personally,
so what do you
think it will bring a lot of issues. And I think IEC, as an organization, I mean, as an independent body, as well, are having some of these, you know, issues with the use of attestation.
Okay.
Yeah, I think some of them, maybe the lack of awareness. If they are informed this, actually they will not do that. Because in 2011, I was a supervisor. I was in a village called Palele on this IEC voter registration.
Yeah.
You understand? So to me, I rather, you know, go with the alcalos, give them all the necessary information they're supposed to go by this, than giving it to the chief. Yeah, because chiefs are appointed, politically appointed, and also they can do anything. You understand? So to me, giving it to the alcalo, you know, give the alcalo that information, because in that place you can see the chief will just pop in from nowhere and bring young people and ask you to register them. And I seriously have issues with the
So you experienced that
at that
time?
Yes, at that time. So I think it's important, you know, but the alcalo will come and tell me, okay, this one is born and brought up here, and then in front of me, and then the father is born here or the mother is born here. You know,
for the upcountry, it is usually not a big challenge.
But you're talking about the combo.
But when you come to the combo area here, I think there will be a lot of issues.
Yeah, but when I also talk about the accessibility of documents like ID card and passport, I'm not also, you know, leaving out the scrutiny aspect, because like you said, it has to be, in as much as it is accessible, but it has to be transparent.
Absolutely.
It has to be done in the right way. Just the last time when the president was swearing in the new deputy chairman or something, Joseph Koli, am I right? He talked about the fact that he's anticipating a fair and transparent election, and that is what we are all anticipating for and looking forward to. Just with that, then we could have a very, very peaceful election. Talking about peace quickly, we have only 5 minutes. What is the role of young people in maintaining the peace, considering the fact that go on social media has to be, you know, all these things happening and all of that? According to your report, it's a catalyst. So finally.
Yeah, I think the role of young people is for us to be a peer to each other, you know, and then advocate for peace, and then sensitize each other on peace, because violence, you know, takes us nowhere. So the only way we can be together, the only way we can pave things or have development is through peace. So my role my message to the young people, let them understand Gambia is our continent, Gambia is our country, Gambia is our hamlet. Let's make it a better place for all and give peace a chance.
That's it.
Yeah, so peace is important. And in election, like I always say, election is critical to peace and security.
Sure.
And one way we can ensure that we maintain our peace and security is that we ensure that young people are participating in our election processes in the right way. We have seen in the previous elections, young people are used as, you know, party militants, you know, running after politicians, and they are not given much, you know, help when it comes to, you know, registering or even in the voting, you know, processes. But whenever they need to go in for campaign, they go into every, you know, corner of the, you know, communities, you know, pulling out young people, come and run for me, and you know,
without even knowing the manifesto.
Yeah, and it is because of these things that you have a lot of, you know, crimes and you know, problems all over. So young people need to know how and why they should participate in politics. That is very, very important and key to our peace and security.
I agree. Do you want to say something quickly?
The T-shirt issue.
Man T-shirt salabuga you ban Gambia.
Yeah, and one interesting part, during our Congress observation, we met a group and they were giving T-shirts and they go to the hall, they say, the Fanga T-shirt was totally, I'm okay now, I can do whatever. So what we and the other thing also is let the politicians and the young people, everybody, let us be transparent. Let's give these policies. Let us bring people who understand issues and let us amplify the message. You know, I cannot just go to a place and handpick somebody and without giving him the information. I think it's important. Let us share the information. Let people understand the policy and program of any political party or any political party you belong to. Because role model is the problem very fini. You can't just handpick and give me this and ask me to go.
Yeah, I'm laughing my heart out because linga wadawa funny. The fact that I'm not t-shirt, but
so those are the wrong reasons why young people are in politics. We need to provide the right reasons why they need to be in politics.
No, due to time constraints, we're just going to end the conversation here. But like I said, elections is December 2021. We will take it upon ourselves as a program to make sure that we educate young people more and more. I can remember last year we did it during the mayoral election, the chairman, and the parliament. So I think we can do it this year as well for all of you guys watching out there, just to make sure all of you guys are educated, know your rights, know why you should vote and all of that. So I'm not saying we are doing the same thing next week, but in subsequent weeks, this is something that we want to focus on as a program. Thank you so much, two gentlemen, for coming to the show.
Thank you so much.
You know, I'm hoping that you get to come back here, and hopefully we can have an 18-year-old who should vote in the 2021 elections, just to encourage other people who are turning 18, because that's important. But due to time constraints, we're just going to get to wrap it up. Don't forget to follow QTV on our different social media platforms. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. My personal social media handles are as well in front of you. Take it, contact me, give me your recommendations and your comments. I will surely pen them down or even implement them. This outfit is provided by Kara Creation. His numbers are right in front of the screen. Take it, contact him. He will provide you an outfit as nice as this or even better. Till I come your way next week. Bye-bye.